All right, obscure claws is a Parker technique. We do it the same. Yeah, so you're all going to do this on each other here in just a second. Yeah. All right. The idea of this is the attack is a pulling shoulder grab. Somebody's coming up behind you and probably have loaded that weapon and they're getting ready to throw a punch. Right? So I'm going to turn around like this, and now I'm looking at this big wicked fist. Right? The cool part about this technique is whether this hand is here or way back here in a big John Wayne or whatever, it does not interfere with what I'm getting ready to do. Right? Because I'm using his energy. He grabs me. He's probably going to pull me right into that. You know, so as soon as he pulls, boom, there's a bunch of hands in my, or a fist in my nose. Now, the book is straight, you know, short and sweet. He grabs, he pulls, and I feel it. I'm just going to slip that foot, and I don't step. I don't do this. Because I don't know where his feet are. I feel it. So if I do go out, I can feel what's going on, and I don't want to do this and create extra stuff. So I'm going to slide that foot back, and my hands are going from hanging point of reference. Right? They're just going to sling. In the book, what I'm doing is I'm sliding back, and I'm leading with that elbow. Face, face, pin, and notice as I hit that second face shot, I'm almost in a forward bow. Right? And then I'm going to pivot on the toes and hyperextend that elbow, keeping it in position. That's going to snap them forward. Right? From here, I come around. The book is a back knuckle, palm heel, hammer fist. Right? I don't do the back knuckle to the mastoid or the xiphoid, or not the xiphoid, but the occipital protrudes, or the OP. I have a tendency to do palm heels. I've just hit too many people in the skull and have banged up knuckles and broken bones, and I don't like it. So again, one more time, it's rip, rip, snap, bounce off, palm heel, hammer. Now you can hammer one of two ways. Right? As I do that palm heel, I can hammer opposing forces. I'm going away from the strike, or I can hammer directional harmony. I'm going back into the strike and then lead. I have a tendency to hit opposing forces. As soon as I come around, I get that. If I come off his shoulder, boom, I want to get out of dodge. Right? So here's what I want you guys to work on just for the moment. Here's the part at speed. As he grabs, boom, I just want to rip right through and get to that point, snap. What's going to happen when I do this, see how his head popped up? That's what's going to happen. When I crank that arm, he's going to arch. And when he creates that arch, that sets up this shot, which sets up this shot, which sets up that shot. Right? And then I can lead. Right? So, play with that. The most important part I want you to focus on right now is these. It's not this. It's, right? Rip, rip. You're ripping, obscure claws, you're ripping right through the face. Right? You're going to get DNA, you're not going to kill him, you're not going to put his eyes out, but you're going to have some really cool DNA for evidence. Right? He grabbed me, I scratched him up a little bit, right? Then I made him fall down. There. Okay? Grab your partners, and just focus on this piece right here, boom, for right now. Alright? The rest of it will come. Grab partners and go. Thank you. Alright. Where can we take this? Okay? I just mentioned to Karen a second ago the idea of hanging or keeping your hands in a functional position. This is not a functional position. Hands in your pockets is not a functional position. Right? Functional. Functional. Really functional. So, but also non-aggressive. These things, functional. Functional. This is also known as the Jack Benny. So, boom, you just explode with it. So you've got several positions you can keep your hands. Right? This is their last resort. This is what we call flat-footed, or excuse me, natural. But in the Kempo circles, it's flat. If you get caught like this, you're in the white zone. You weren't paying attention to what was going on around you. Right? Done. Right? So we're going to kind of work from here. Now, if I'm standing here and this guy comes up and he does try to grab me, I'm just going to take off. Now, you know, if I get the arm or not, I don't care. Right? The idea is those mechanics of I'm relaxed, boom, just taking off and going, boom, and trying to find that little sweet spot that gets you into the rotation, but at the same time doesn't break his arm. Right? It's not good to be breaking your student's arm, and your buddies. So try not to break each other's arm. But this one is a great technique to set that up, right? But the most relaxed. You know, so when he grabs and pulls, boom. I always get worried about that shot. Boom, and then I can come back around and get my hammer fist. Right? This is the Paul Mills. This is the Paul Mills special. Just it really, you know, kind of, you know, once you learn how to do it, you know, and especially don't let him know it's coming. All right? He's standing there. Hey, this Rick's talking. Oh, yes. All right. Now when they go ahead and tighten up. Now when he tightens up, he can take a lot more. You know, and it still doesn't feel good. But man, I tell you, you catch somebody not paying attention, and whoop, whoop, it'll get their attention. So again, on flashing claws, the idea is just to relax. Rip, pow, palm heel, bring his head up. Pick your targets. Get out of town. Call it a night. Go have a margarita. Okay? Bye. Thank you very much. Have fun with that.